Pretty nice day. It's probably going to get a little warm today, but it's pretty nice for being this time of the day, especially in May. We've been having some cool evenings, cool mornings, pretty abnormal. Um, so I woke up this morning, got a message from my woo woo dude. Hey, Joe, give me a call. And he said, yeah, don't stop doing YouTube videos. He said, whether there's money there or not, don't stop. And I said, well, it wasn't so much the money. It was me wanting to just stop doing YouTube videos for a while. I don't want to give YouTube a reason to try to get rid of us. At the same time, if you're a marked man, you're marked. They're gonna try to dump you anyways. And that's why I said, I'm just gonna do videos anyways. So that was last night. But he had told me a while back. We were talking about some treasure stuff, and he said, I keep seeing the number three around you, like threes of things. And I said, well, I do see a lot of threes when I'm out treasure hunting. And he goes, well, I'm getting that the crow, or like the raven, like if you ever see three of them and they come, that like they, it's almost like they have a message for you, or they're something. And he's like, you may notice that. Just pay attention when you're out there. And I thought, okay. He goes, yeah. He goes, you may see them whether you're out there or not sometimes. So I when I take my kid out, my little boy Ian, we take the little apocalypse trike, and we just go in the neighborhood. Just down. It's a dead end street, so it's just back and forth a few times. He loves it, of course. And the other day, I had him sitting in the stroller just temporarily while I was putting on that little mini me carrying thing, where you can put them in front of your chest. And um, so I put that. I was going to put it on.
Doesn't that look just like Ian?
Oh my gosh,
That's Emily.
yeah, that's Emily.
That looks just like him.
Look at Emily. That's Emily when she was Ian's age. Tell me she doesn't look just like him. He's ready to come in finally. Charlie. Little Charlie. Charlie.
I'm about to show that to Emily.
So, so I would go out there and I'd be talking to Ian in my lap. Ian, where are the crows? Where are those crows at? I wonder if they have a message, or the ravens. I'm looking around. Am I gonna see a little crow? No, 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 no crows. So I did this a few times, like over the last few days. Like every other day, I'd do a ride with him or so. Not every single day. I usually, maybe 2 or 3 days would go by, and I'd think about it. I'd say, "Oh, Ian, we're gonna see the crows today." We'd see other birds. So he said, he wanted to talk to me this morning, and it was kind of early for us with this baby now, because we like to sleep into like 9 o'clock if we can. We have to get up once or twice in the middle of the night sometimes now. He's sleeping pretty decently, but last night was another night where I think he got up at like 3:30, and I'm like, all right, I'll go feed him real quick, which I did, and then I went back to bed, and it was fine for almost 9 o'clock. So I get this message. I said, just turn my phone off tonight, and I turn it on, and a few minutes later, I get the woo woo dude. Hey Joe, I got a message for you. So I saw it calling, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna answer here because my wife's sleeping, the baby's sleeping. I just text him. Give me a few minutes. So I went outside where I'm sitting right now, actually, and called him back. Say, hey, what's going on? And we talked about a few things. And why? He's like, yeah, I got a message for you. And I'm like, what is all that noise? I'm like looking over, and those trees, that tree line over here, like up here in the trees, just flying around all over the place. I'm like, it sounds like a damn crow or raven or whatever. Like, I was like, dude, there's ravens. There's several. There's more than one for sure. There's 3 or maybe 4. Actually, there might be 5 or 6. And there's one in particular that's just rawr, rawr, like it's just talking away. And he goes, oh, you remember what I told you about the raven? I'm like, yeah. You called me today. I said, and I'm trying to think, have I ever heard those ravens like flying around these trees and doing circles and landing on the branch and then immediately flying off, and then another branch and then flying off and crowing? And have I ever heard that here? Like, in my yard? I've seen eagles. We have a bald eagle's nest somewhere around here. Some type of a bird of prey, a small one, smaller than an eagle. I've seen owls. I've seen the typical thing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really see ravens over here. Huh? And he calls. I call him right back, immediately going outside so I can talk, without waking anybody up. And they come flying in. Rah, rah. You gotta be kidding me. So that's just interesting. But he said, I think at the end of the month, we're all gonna be in for a huge surprise. And he told me a few things. I'm not gonna repeat right now, but he had mentioned again with the my streams, Joe, one of your streams. I told you, one of your cryptos, one of your streams is about to fill that cup. It's about to fill it really good. And he says, I think this might be around the end of the month. Like from now until the end of the month, he goes, I think one of them's just gonna really go up well. He goes, I feel like it might be up today even. Like it's already starting to make a move. And I thought, well, he doesn't know which one. And of course he doesn't know all the ones that I own anyways. And so I'm like, well, let me look while he's talking. And I'm looking at CoinMarketCap and they're all red. And except for I think two. Like Theta and Theta Fuel, it's they're the same thing in a sense. Theta was up like 6%. Theta Fuel was up, I think, 12 or 13%, maybe a little more. And then ETN, Electronium, which was Penny Kelly's thing that she gave us the other day, and now it's almost 3 times its value, by the way. Yes, 3 times its value from just the other day. Was up pretty nice too. But they were the only ones. Everything else was red in my blockfolio, and I've got probably 12 or 15 things in that list just looking at them. And I thought, well, I wonder if it's DigiByte. Well, I wonder if it's Electronium. 'Cause DigiByte was down, and I thought, well, it's down. He said he thinks it might be up today. Okay, well, it's down 15, 16%. Could be that, but doesn't sound like it. Whatever. Now, I'm going to share something with you that I've been sharing with my Patreons. And, well, first of all, bottom line is he thinks something huge is coming at the end of the month. It could be very much political. It could be geopolitical, big something or another. Maybe it's the arrests. Maybe, it's something big, 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 he says. And he'd been telling me for a while, by the way, like quite a while now, about he's getting this download of look to something with the east on planet Earth, something east related, and look up at the sky. And I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe it's that blue Kachina, because he'd mentioned that thing breaking apart and all that. I thought, oh, yeah, it could be. But it was even after that. He was like, no, I'm still, they're telling me, like, keep looking up at the sky. And I thought, okay, well, I don't know of anything else. Well, then recently we heard about this damn Chinese object in space, whatever the hell it is, satellite or something, and, oh, it might be coming crashing to Earth. And sure enough, it came crashing down. It was supposed to hit New York. And most of it went out in the ocean, I guess, in the Atlantic, and some of it I've heard, I guess, fell into, was it Pennsylvania, maybe, pieces of it. So he said today, he goes, I think that was it. He goes, but between you and me, I think we're going to hear about more of that kind of thing happening as we progress forward. And I'm like, for how long? Could be over the next few years. Oh, and the weather patterns, he says, oh my gosh, get ready for the most crazy, unbelievable weather patterns ever. And I don't know if it was him or someone else was telling me this. It might have been him. He's like, you're going to see, I think it was him. You're going to see, like, for example, hailstorms. Oh, it's the size of a dime. Or, oh, it's the size of a golf ball. He goes, no. There's going to be stories where you take 2 hands to pick one of these things up. That's what's going to be falling in certain places. And I thought, wow, that's a hell of a hailstorm there. Freaking brick-sized things, if big, not bigger. Anyways, I just want to share this little interesting story with you. And the crows, and as soon as I went inside and came back out, they're gone. Hung up with him, they're all gone now. But I shared this on Patreon. This was not from Penny Kelly. This was Woo Woo Friend, and she gave us a lot of price movement timeline. She thought was last year, of course, that. At first, oh yeah, it looks like that might happen. Then nope, nah, didn't happen. And yeah, she's still getting these downloads. Well, this is what I think's gonna happen. And it's just this is odd. So then this year comes around, and she's like, that chart I had back in May of last year. She goes, I think it's really, really relevant right now. Actually, it's kind of tracking pretty close to what I'd said then. She goes, I asked Spirit, and it's like, well, yeah, this is the most accurate one, and yeah, the timing must have been off until now. Again, it's hard for them to deal with the timing. Whatever. So I'd posted this stuff, And just last night, she sent me well, I sent her a text because she has this little platform she uses for part of her job, but she can build like a little database thing into it, the data pulling and stuff, and she can keep track of some of her predictions and things like that. So she says, Joe, just sign up here and it'll email you with all the updates. And no, you can't sign up, people. I love you, but this is a private thing. But so I'll get them and I'll read through them, and if anything interesting, okay, let me post that on Patreon. And she had sent one out yesterday, so it was in the evening before I got a hold of it and looked at it, and it talked about DigiByte and this move she had mentioned earlier in May, the first week, I think it was May 3rd. She said something about this move in DigiByte. We're going to get out at this point and get into Redcoin at this point and blah, blah, blah. Well, that little move happened, and she was up 140% on getting out of DigiByte at 0.22 was the number she got, and 0.022, excuse me, on DigiByte, so 2.2 cents. Take some sort of, I think it was 50% of that profit, dump it into Redcoin. Redcoin's going to pop, which, as you've seen, Redcoin has been popping numerous times since then. So anyways, she was like, okay, make a little side note, we're up 140% on that one, blah, blah, blah. But she goes, I thought we were going to come back down to 0.011, so 1.1 cent on DigiByte. And then we were going to make another move. But she goes, I'm getting it's 1.6 now. We're not going that low. And this big pullback, myself included, on maybe this big news coming at the end of the month, I felt like we're going to see this big pullback too. She's like, I'm not so sure that's going to happen now. We may just continue on going up to the all-time high in the not-too-distant future. She goes, but as part of this little up-down thing, so I'm going to throw you all a little bone if she's right on this. Again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is not financial advice. This is just woo-woo, psychic people, something. But she does believe DigiByte's going to start getting some contracts in the EU for this tracking Autumn ID, whatever they call it, and COVID tracking, tracing, all this crap, and other things. There'll be other uses for it, and that's going to be a huge push for DigiByte as far as prices. She feels they're going to lock it down. It's like the deal's going to get done, and it might be more than one entity within the EU possibly, but that doesn't even matter. And she thinks it's going to be going to 30 cents because of this. I'm not, again, even if she gave me the absolute precise timing, I know this is exactly what's going to, I'd still tell you guys, for God's sake, look at last year. We're a year off. Look at WebBot stuff. 2016, 2017, it's happening now. 3 years later. And potentially 4 if you look at 2016. So, again, take this stuff with a grain of salt as I tell you this, but that thing right now is 1.8 cents. And I told my Patreons, I had a draft of the Patreon post from last night, and I'm like, I'm not publishing this yet because she's showing 16 cents and 11 cents. I think she meant 0.16 and 0.17 or 11, meaning 1.1 cent and 1.6 cents, not 16. I better clarify before I post this. I'm pretty sure, but I don't want to make any mistakes and get someone jumping in the market or something. So she got back to me way late at night. I woke up in the morning and said, all right, okay, there's my post. I saved it as a draft. And yep, she made that mistake, but that was the only mistake. She meant to say 0.16, not 0.16, or 0.11. She meant 0 or 0.011. So I was like, okay, that's what I thought. But the rest of the speech was another move for Redcoin coming to get out of DigiByte at a certain point and put some of that into Redcoin again, because Redcoin's going to pop again. And Redcoin has been popping like she thought, at least so far, but we're waiting for the rest of the timeline. Hopefully she was just off a year, and now everything she said is going to start happening. So anyways, 30 cent, not 3 cent, 30 cent DigiByte should be coming in the not too distant future. It could be weeks, it could be months, be fair, but go ahead and go in. You can walk in. Yeah, we got some friends. The kids got friends coming over today. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw you all a little bone here. I've been very, very blessed with the sheer number of people coming to my Patreon. Huge increase in my numbers. I just can't believe it right now with everyone out of a job and everything. Yeah, just unbelievable. I'm very grateful for that. And I've told my Patreons, every now and then I need to just say things on YouTube, whether you might be like, oh, that's private, man. You should have kept on a Patreon, just work with me on this. And sometimes I need to help, throw a bone or whatever. Again, and I can't tell you that I know with absolute certainty this is going to happen, but if DigiByte's going to even close to 30 cents, and it's 2 cents right now, well, 0.18, and by the way, it was up yesterday, and I told everybody in the post, even though I had it drafted and I didn't post it yet, and I took a screenshot to show everybody, hey, I was going to tell you this, to prove the timestamp, and I did, but I said, it's like 0.22, 2.2 cents or whatever. I'm like, okay, I think I'm just going to, next decent drop, I'm going to just jump back in. I don't want to wait for 0.016, like, whatever. So I wake up this morning, it's at 0.018. Okay, that's 2/10 or whatever off of this one. I'm done. I'm going back in. So I went ahead and went back in, and it worked. I got them, and I'm on standby now. So I'm in that, and I did make a little profit on that move because I got out at 0.2, which is 2 cents, or 0.02, and 0.22, two different trades I did, or sell orders. So I don't know which one was more than the other, but let's just say I'm at, I sold at 0.021. I'm back in at 0.018 something, a hundredth of a decimal, whatever the other number was, because it wasn't exactly 18. It was like 18.5 cents, whatever. Not that it matters. Again, I'm not squabbling over 1.6 cents, 1.8 cents. If it's going to 30 cents, you know what? We had a dump today, and it may dump further. We may get to the end of the month, and then, oh my gosh, the event happens with the politics or whatever. Markets are really unstable all of a sudden. Cryptos come crashing down too. Again, then I may just say, well, time to dip into the bank account. Not my little side stash. I've used that. Bank account time. Jump in there and grab some more. I might have to do that. But even so, even if you didn't, if it's going to 30 cents, and I got reason to believe she's going to be right, whether it's a week from now, 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. Because we may hear the whole world try to, again, oh, second wave of corona, second wave, it's getting bad, the numbers are back. They're already starting it. They're going to try to drag this to the end of the year so they can do the mail-in voting everywhere. I don't buy into any of their crap on the news. But that won't stop people from believing what they see on the news, from deciding, I need to make some decisions, or hey, we're going to use this DigiByte thing. It's going to be a worldwide phenomenon to do contact tracing stuff for any viruses that happen in the future. All of a sudden, DigiByte makes massive leaps and bounds, which it already is. And if it's going to 30 cents, I know how much I got. Do you know how much you got? How much does that equal for you? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking house payoff time. So we'll see what happens. But I'll leave you with another reminder of many I've given. The same reminder. Psychic Sharon Michelle. I see this going, at some point, $9 per coin. DigiByte. White Dove. Oh my gosh, I'm getting it's going to be around $12. That doesn't mean, oh, well, when? I don't know. They don't know. And even if they do, when they typically, well, I think it might be next year, they know. Timing, spirit world, whatever. We're too far off for whatever reason. We just can't get that locked down. I don't know why. But I don't care. And you shouldn't either, because in the meantime, when the prices are not that high, you could be dipping a little bit. Let me pull a little bit actually. Let me pull another $20. I got $100 this month. Let me throw another $100 into one of these. In this case, DigiByte or whatever. Because at 2 cents, it's a lot easier to get a whole bunch of them for a little bit of money than it will be when it's 30 cents or when it finally hits $1 or whatever, etc. So Sharon Michelle had given us that, and in her vision, she said, I see a big, like a bulldozer that represents DigiByte, and it's just bulldozing this huge area. It starts off small, and then you start to recognize, wow, it's really getting some work done. Big area. And no one's really paying attention. It's just working away. Nothing major to report on, just clearing out a field. And then all of a sudden, by the time it's done, everyone notices, oh my God, look at what they've done. Look at the sheer work that this thing did, this one bulldozer did. And then it turns into a big golden brick, representing very much huge wealth. And everyone finally realizing, oh, look what they've done. And it's kind of what's happening now. Oh, look what DigiByte's doing with, oh my gosh, they're about to close a deal on a contact tracing thing in the EU with at least 1 or 2 member states. Whoa, what's this? No one was paying attention to old DigiByte before. They couldn't get listed on Binance. They're having little battles with Binance. Come on, CZ, let us on Binance. We don't have the funds to just give you to list us, please. I think Binance is going to list them out of sheer, holy crap, I'd be a moron not to list them because the trade volume that's happening, we're losing out on all that money. I think we're going to go ahead and list DigiByte. And then what happens to the price of DigiByte when it gets listed on Binance? So, anyways, my psychic dude, woo dude, Joe, one of your cups is getting ready to seriously fill. And I don't mean to by a little. This one's about to go crazy. One of them in particular, I don't know which one, it's about to go whoa. And they're reminding me, Joe, they're reminding me to tell you, don't let it slip. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. And it's going to be huge. But don't get greedy and try to wait for more. Take it and do what I've told you to do. They want you to pay your house off. They want you to take care of this. So I said, I hear you. I remember. And okay. So if it's one, again, maybe it is DigiByte, even though he thought it was one of the ones that was up today. The only ones that were up were Theta Fuel, and Electronium as I spoke with him. Now, today's not over. And what if DigiByte does a massive reversal and goes way up? You know what I mean? So whatever. It doesn't really matter. All I know is I'm in it. Whatever one it is, he seems to tell me, they're telling you, yeah, you have one for sure. So that's it. I bought a winch from Harbor Freight the other day because there's this triangle rock when I go back out to New Mexico that I want to move, and I'm realizing, man, just put a winch on it. Go get a 2,000-pound winch. They think only weighs 20 pounds. I can put it in my backpack, no problem. And then get a little small battery, which I already have. One of those little jump start batteries that thing weighs 5 pounds, if that. And I thought, yeah, we only need to move a rock once. That thing ought to handle it. So I get the thing home, and it's missing the button that goes reverse and forward. It's missing the connector to connect to the battery. What the? I call the number. Sorry, due to COVID, we're not even here at work. Oh, Christ. Send an email, no response. Okay. I called yesterday. I just need to return this thing. Yeah, come on, bring the receipt, no problem. I go onto Amazon. Oh, here's a 2,500-pound winch. 500 more pounds of pulling pressure, basically, pulling ability. And it was about the same price, like $69, I think. Amazon Prime. And it only weighed, I think, 15 or 16 pounds or something like that. Or maybe mine was 20-something pounds. Yeah, this other one was like 20-something pounds. And this one was like 18 pounds. I'm like, oh, sweet. More power, weighs less. Now we're talking. So anyways, I decided right before I go do that, let me go sit out here and do this video real quick. I'll upload it. And as soon as it's done uploading, I'll just get my vehicle and head over there and get it done. So, wish y'all the best of luck. Keep the faith. Cryptos, again, I hope you're in the same ones I'm in. And I hope whatever one, if he's right, I always say if because nothing's set in stone, but if he's right and one's getting ready to blast off, and he seemed to think around by the end of the month it could happen, from now till then. But again, timing. What if it's another month later? Who knows? Whatever. So hopefully you're in these ones that I'm in. And again, if I'm throwing a dart right now, I'll give you 4: Redcoin, DigiByte, Electronium, Theta or Theta Fuel, but they typically go hand in hand. So those are 2 that's 5 technically, but you know